right now, totally live. And the big talk right now, as you probably know, is the silver and or the gold. Let's see. Let me set my settings. I got to set the settings. They look good. They look real good. I think I've mastered this live thing now. I think I've got it. All right, let's see. Do that. Do that. And I really want to see what the current spot price is, right? Meow. Let's see what we're working with here. Oh my goodness, we're up past $34 on silver, past 3,000 on gold on the ask price. Interesting, huh? Actually, you know what's funny? Let's go with the big boppers and see what they're charging. Big boppers say even more, even higher, depending on what website you got and who's using what. I mean, the price seems better and better until you go to sell it back to them, and then they're like, "Oh no, we don't buy it back for that. We buy it for way less." Mixed Silverwolf, what's going on? Jojo, old Mojo Jojo, what's up? American Stacker, how's it going? Eddie P, howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, 3K, but that feels good, right? Feels interesting. It's a good feeling and a bad feeling. First of all, you always wish you could have got more and more and more. We're like the dragon, Smog the dragon. We just wish we could have put more in our chamber there, our little dragon chamber, our hoard, if you will. It is what it is. Whether you have a little bit or a lot of it, I mean, whatever you got is meant for you. It's the amount that you were able to stack, and you know what? You did what you could. That's what matters, right? A chat about nothing. That's right. That's what we're going to do today. A guy at my local coin shop said today it was going to get over 3K. Crazy, right? Hey, look at that. Huh? He knew. He knew. Weird. Listen, I think it's one of those things, Jojo. Like a broken clock is wrong at least a couple times a day. You throw out a number out. You have a feeling, oh, it's going to go up. You're either wrong or you're right. I don't know. I mean, there's no way to know. There was, and I've mentioned it a couple times. There was somebody on my channel one time in the comments. This was back during like COVID when the price dropped, dramatically for a moment. He was back in the comments and he said 11 something, right? Whatever the number was. And sure enough, it dropped down to exactly his number. Like exactly, not even like close. It dropped down to the exact number. And I was like, huh, like what does that guy know? That was an incredible guess, I would have to say. Unless he just, I don't know, was like Nostradamus or something like that, just knew something. But there's no way. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Jason D, American Stacker says, kick go. David Carlisle, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in here forever. You go to everybody else's but me. You know what I mean? You don't treat me special. Nobody else must be on. That's what's going on here. There's nobody else at all on. So David Carlisle's like, I guess I'll go see Spectacular again. Let's see, Speg, have you been leaning more towards gold lately? American Stacker, that's a great question. I would say that I'm pretty 50-50, I believe, in my heart of hearts. I don't believe that I've been leaning any sort of way. You know that I'm big on like trying to get gold every single month, throughout the couple of years now, a few years. I've been trying that my best. Been going pretty well on that. That being said, I'm pretty even when it comes to that, just getting silver too. So I don't know that I could say that I'm more on one than the other one. I've just been trying to stack as much as I can. Now, I go for the deals. I'm definitely more on the deals. So if deals more on silver, I'm definitely picking up silver like a little bit harder that particular month. If the deal's on gold, I'm picking up gold a little bit more that month. I'm not going to mention it too much here, but you know that I've been killing it on Costco. I've been destroying Costco gold just because the deal is too good to be true right now. I saw this business today, silver and gold business. I wanted to say Texas, but I could be completely wrong on where they're actually doing business. But anyways, regardless, they posted that they're offering gold rounds. No, I think they were actually buffaloes. Excuse me, I think that they were buffaloes for $3,100 even, right? Shipped. And I was like, you know what? What a great deal. You know what I did? Went over to Costco, checked out Costco online. They had gold buffaloes right now. They're about $5 to $9, whatever it was. I think it's like a 3,105, 3,109, whatever it was. dollars, right? So $5 to $9 over what that local place was charging. That being said, yes, it's more money right away, but you get like $120, $130 cash back on that. So it was like, what's the better deal, you know? Long story short. Long story short, I feel like Costco is the better deal. Let's see. I sense a decent correction coming soon, says Supernova Stacking. Listen, I'll be excited if it happens, right? I definitely will be excited. North Carolina Stacker, hello to you. Couch Ninja, especially hello to you. Hello to you. I've been definitely doing some Couch Ninja in. Yeah, man, we're like brothers. Robert Bice, hello. How's it going? Redneck Coins, yep. No one is running, nothing, and it's weird. This is very interesting. Cool story. I go into a local bullion shop, right? I'm like, hey, it's time to buy. I think I have some of the stuff here. There's some of the pieces here, not all of them, some of them. Some of the pieces here I was buying like crazy. And I'm like, hey, what's the cheapest silver you got right now? Prices were already coming up. This was a couple days ago. Prices were already coming up. And they said, hey, well, I can sell you this stuff at spot. Sell it to you right at spot. And I'm like, yo, I like that. I like that word, spot. I like it. I enjoy it. You don't hear that very often from the local places. I'm like, I will take your silver at spot. The reason why is because they didn't like the prices. Prices had come up. It's that, sort of untested for a while territory around $33. And so they were trying to just go to the refinery with everything that they had. They didn't want to lose their shirt on silver. So they were happy to sell silver at spot. And you'll probably see that coming up. If silver continues to climb, you'll probably see the deals get better and better and better. However, that's for buyers like you, right? If you're a buyer, you're going to see the deals get better and better and better. If you're one of the people that are ready to get out, if you're a seller, you're going to see the deals get more and more worse. More and more worse? Is that the right way to say it? Worser? Worsening? More worser? That's what it is. It's going to be more worser for sure. So you're going to see it get more worser as time goes by, just because people are going to be scared. I mean, people like the shops, right? So interestingly enough, I was like, yep, I'll buy all this stuff I can at spot. No big deal. And then prices came up that day. Prices came up again today. It just feels good, right? It feels way good. It's like I bought silver for $1 under spot in just a couple days is what it feels like, So long story short, I bought some silver. I'm happy. Where just can't get any better than that. Now tomorrow when it comes down $9, we're gonna be like, hey, well, it is what it is. Buy the dip, everybody. You gotta buy the dip. That's what we say when it comes way down, right? We buy the dip. Yep. Well, we do what we're doing. Buy the dip. It's a roller coaster. It comes up, comes down. You just got to be excited either way, because if it goes down, buy a little bit more if you can. If it goes up, hey, makes you feel like you didn't do the wrong thing, doesn't it? Let's go back to the comments real quick. North Star Stacker, what's up, brother? Ramirez, how's it going, Ramirez? I don't think I've seen Ramirez over here before, have I? Ramirez, are we friends? Are we cross? Are we friends? Hector, how's it going? Let's see. Echo Leaf. How much you pay for 1921 Denver? How much did I pay? This one right here. That's a red dot. That was, you're never gonna believe me. It's $22. $22. All the red dot Morgans were $22. The blue dots were $28. Allegedly, the blue dots were a little bit better. So you can see it's kind of BU right here. So I just totally dropped it now. It might be AU at best. I don't know. I'll get that later. I was going to get it right now, but you know what? That's in the depths. That's way back there. That's in scary land. That's by all the shocking devices back there. Let's see. Gold hit 3,000. When can we see you on Whatnot? Amused Reindeer. That's a great question. So I have it advertised that I'm going to be on Whatnot next Friday. So not tomorrow, but next Friday. However, I just found out I got to move that. So it's going to either be earlier or later in the week. I think that Saturday is a better day. So I might be on there Saturday. I don't know. But then I'm going to try to get on the every other Friday train. We'll try my best. When's a good day for you? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I literally was just on there yesterday at a local coin shop. Jim Thompson, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Greetings from not the Outer Banks. Whoa, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, visiting family. Okay, I see. Thanks for coming by. I always appreciate it, too. Apparently, some people are getting my notifications. That's awesome. Charleston, South Carolina. That's nice. Listen, I mentioned this before. to my members only, right? Couldn't tell everybody. I wanted to make sure that I had some real concrete confirmation first. I got some more concrete confirmation today about Goldbacks. Very exciting news. I know it. I cannot tell anybody. I was sworn to secrecy. I promised the person I would not tell because they let the cat out of the bag. That's all I can really say about it. But exciting news coming up in the world of Goldbacks. So all I can say is if you were sleeping on it a little bit, think about it, do a little research. It's getting more and more exciting, and it's going to get more and more exciting very, very quickly. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I know way too much. I know more than I'm supposed to know about it. And can I even say this? Can I say this on this live? I don't even know. I'm just so excited. I know the very next state that it'll be before anybody else knows. How crazy. How crazy. North Carolina Stacker just popped. Listen, I'm not going to say anything, North Carolina Stacker. I'm just going to say this, right? It's not the place that everybody has rumored it to be. That's all I'm going to say, North Carolina Stacker. And I'm done. From here on out, I'm not going to say anything else. Not anything else. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Back to the chat. Back to the chat. 100 watchers and 24 likes. Get out of here, Bill. For real? People are watching? That's crazy. People are excited about the price. They could care less who they're watching. The fact that they're, the person online is talking about silver and gold, that's all they care about right now. Because their stack is worth more today. And they're like, hey, let me go online and see what people are saying about my stack. I'm saying that you're justified. You've been doing the right thing. Obviously, you've been stacking, right? All those naysayers saying you're wasting your time. All those people saying you're a boomer, right? That you're just doing some boomer hobby like stacking. They've been wrong. They've been totally wrong. I tell my buddies all the time. I got this little group chat that I have with the buddies, and I always tease them. I'm like, hey, and it's a lot of teasing lately. I've been, hey, gold's hit another all-time high. Hey, gold hit another all-time high. Hey, gold hit another all-time high. Aren't you guys glad that you started investing in gold? But none of them invest in gold. So that's the joke. It's funny to me. I laughed in my head. Jimmy, what's up, buddy? How's it going? It's because of you I like Morgan's. Oh, sorry, North Star. My bad. I didn't mean to get you into a hobby like coins, man. My fault. My fault. Philly Coin Expo is coming up in May. You're going to get me in for free this year. Jasper, I will try my best. How about that? Actually, I was in talks with the man that runs it. We had that video where we talked about the Philly Coin Exchange, and he gave a deal to our viewers. And we want to get that same talk going again, just so you guys know. He actually came to me a couple weeks ago, said that he wants to finalize some things. So I'll mention it to him again. He said in May, so I'll make sure that I set my calendar to try to get you in for free, because I want to tell him, like, hey, I'll let my fans know that you have this thing going on, but you got to give us a free entry. You know what I mean? We're not going to pay $5 if I'm telling my fans on my YouTube about you. So just so you know. So yeah, I should be able to get you in for free again. Right there at the door, just say, hey, Spegtacular sent me, or whatever you had to do this time. You know what I mean? And you saw this, you saw me talking about it, whatever the case. It won't be Illinois. Interesting you said that word, huh? Let's see. Is Texas going to put out Goldbacks? I can't talk on that too much right now, Billy. I can't. I was sworn to secrecy. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, to be honest with you, anymore. Do you like the St. Gaudens or the Buffalo design better when it comes to gold? St. Gaudens, 110%. 110%. Are you talking about like the classic St. Gaudens? You talking about like an American Gold Eagle? What are you talking about? Because I like a classic coin way better than a modern Buffalo. Not that a modern Buffalo is bad, because it is a classic coin look, right? Taken off the Buffalo nickel, obviously. But the St. Gaudens is an iconic design. In fact, I had an artist recently, I'll show you this picture right here. I had an artist live on Whatnot draw me, I say draw, but he like painted me a St. Gaudens photo. So I said, hey, forget about the coin itself. I want you just to go ahead and draw or paint St. Gaudens. And as he was doing it, he started making this right here. And actually showed the video on YouTube as well of him, the whole process of going through it. The fact that he was able to recreate the look of gold, to me, is phenomenal, right? It's amazing. So, yeah, boom. Big shout out to him right there. That was a Deviant Apple. and I've mentioned him. And yeah, cool guy. All right, what's next? What do you think about the Fed's Road to Ruta comic book? I have no idea about that. What do you think about it? Tell me. Tell me. Colorado? You're just gonna throw names out, aren't you? When it's convenient for you, it's perfect for me. I'm guessing Tennessee. I I can't say it, brother. I can't. I want to. I want to tell you so much. I want to tell you so much what it is. I was sworn to secrecy. Um, I mean, if there was enough, like no, never mind. I'm not. I can't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. How are you and the missus doing, Specs? Great to see you again. Oh, Jimmy, awesome. I was actually sitting right here on my chair today, and the baby pooped all over me to the point where it got all over my clothes. I had to go rip my clothes off, jump right into the shower. In fact, those clothes might still be in the shower because I kind of like was soaking them in there. I didn't know if we took them out yet. I didn't take them out. That might need to get done. But yeah, pooped all over me, all over herself. She had to get a bath. She didn't like it. She was yelling. Let's see. I don't think any state will beat the Florida Goldbacks artwork. That's a real big question in my mind, right? Shoot, should I bring some out? I don't listen. I sell Goldbacks on Spegtacular.com. I know. So like the first thing people go is like, oh, you sell Goldbacks, you're just a shill for Goldbacks. Bada bing. First of all, I don't work with the company, right? I'm not like obligated at all with that company, other than because I am a distributor, right? Though I buy the Goldbacks, and I have to follow some of their little rules and stuff as far as pricing goes, which I don't love. I wish I could price it all kinds of different, but it is what it is. That being said, you can go on my website right now and you can order whatever Goldbacks I have listed on there, and you will not get all the Goldbacks I have. You will not get them. What does that mean? What am I talking about, right? It's because I have my own horde of Goldbacks because I do believe in them, because I think that they're a great thing. So I have Goldbacks that are a bunch that are not listed on my website, right? What would that do me any good? If I'm a seller of Goldbacks, why would I not list all my Goldbacks? Because I want my own large stack of Goldbacks, right? I'm a stacker of them. That being said, do I think that gold is a better bullion to stack just by itself, right? Just pure gold like a buffalo? Of course. It's a different thing, though. It's just a whole different word. That's enough about Goldbacks. It's got a utility that's completely different from gold. It is what it is. I'm going to go back here real quick to the chat. Pre 33 St. Gaudens is my favorite design on a coin. Yeah, me too, for sure. I was going to bring some Gaudens out today, but I was like, you know what? Nobody probably wants to see those again. You guys are just tired of those. Love me some Morgan and Peace Dollar says, run, do it. Okay, stats all over the last year, but want more. Keep on getting them, brother. I would bet South Carolina Goldbacks won't look as good as the Florida ones. When is the time right to share? Do a giveaway guess for the state. Tell you what, this is what we're going to do right now. In the chat, everybody gets one guess. In the chat. Everybody put the state they think is going to be next for Goldbacks right now in the chat. This is what we're going to do. North Carolina Stacker winning. Okay. Happy Thursday. What's up, Mike? I've been getting great deals, better than eBay and local coin shop on Whatnot. Justin, the people that are sleeping on Whatnot are absolutely out of their mind. I tell you what. I constantly see people buying silver under spot, coins for way back from gray sheet prices. It's an absolute just... Now listen, people will pay more sometimes. It is what it is. For sure, I cannot say that nobody's paying more for coins. It happens, I'm sure, all the time. But the deals on there are nuts. When I was at Beantown Coins yesterday and I was selling coins for him, people were buying coins for way too cheap, and they were getting silver for under spot consistently. I mean, like, where else are you going to do that? It was wild. It was wild. Can you overpay on there? Sure. Just be careful, right? I mean, you're an adult. You know what you're doing. Jeff, hi from Tampa, new to stacking about 45 days ago. Any recommendation from Coin Shop in West Chase? There is the Village coin, I think, over there. Hold on a second. Let me see. Hold on. I'm Googling right meow. Village coin and stamp, I think, and stamp Tampa. A Village stamp and coin. Excuse me. Yes, I was backwards. That's over there, 1747 West Fletcher Avenue. Been in there a few times. They're not the most talkative. You're not going to go in there and get like a full-blown experience, but they do have silver, gold, some coins to look at. You're not going to get, like I said, an earful, but boom, it's over there and in your area-ish. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. Morgan and Peace dollars are iconic, but there's not enough attention on seated Liberty dollars, which have the full figure. Well, maybe if the mint does something to kind of like bring back the interest, Sojourner, maybe maybe that'll spike some interest from those. But I agree, beautiful coin, for sure. New Hampshire has beautiful art. I'm not 100% familiar yet with the Florida Goldbacks. Got the half, the 1 and the 2. The rest I have 5, 10, and 25. You don't have any 5 Goldback? I didn't sell you any 5 Goldback Joes? Joe, I didn't sell you the 5s? You don't have any 5s at all? Really? I think I have some 5s out here. Hold on a second. Oh, no, she used them all. Oh, no, I do right here. Boom. How'd you not get the 5s yet, Joe? I mean, listen, as far as pretty goes, 5 is by far the best done. It's got the pirates on there. It's got the ship in the background. It's by far the... Here's what I think about the Goldbacks. Since we're talking about this, I'm going to get such flack for this. I always get flack for the Goldbacks because people are always, oh, you're a shill for Goldbacks. Whatever. I just think that the artwork, not only is it better, it's just... it's brighter, if you will. You know what I mean? It's just... You can see what's going on better. So here you go with Florida on the left. Here's Utah on the right. And it's like, what the heck am I even looking at on the right? It's just hard to tell what's happening. I think that it's much clearer on the left. Yeah, don't give me no flack, Yoda. You know what I mean? Don't give me no flack. But you know what I'm saying? I think that this is just kind of like too far away, and it's not crystal clear what's happening in the picture. This right here, plain as day. You know what's happening in the 5 Goldback from Florida. It's just, it's perfect. It's perfect. All right, we're not talking about Goldbacks anymore. Knock it off, guys. You're going to give me some flack. All right, let's see if anybody got the state right real quick. We're going to go back up. Yes, somebody got the state right. Wow. Wow, somebody actually got it right. And that's all I'll say. That's all I'm going to say. Out of all those, you can go look at them. Look at every state that somebody suggested in that big group of states. Somebody actually got it right. Cool. Canada. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I have a lot of Canadian viewers that get very, very upset when I joke about Canada. Some very, very proud Canadians over there. It's just jokes, ladies and gentlemen. You got to take a joke once in a while, for real. Thanks, might have to drive to Spring Hill. What's good price on Florida 5 Goldback? I think they're going to be around 30 right now, somewhere around that. Let's see. And you're going to find a few cents off here and there. If you want to buy from me, Spegtacular.com should have some 5s. If you find a cheaper price somewhere else and you want to save like, a few cents, whatever the case may be, go somewhere else. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not mad at you one bit. I will say that everything I have on my website is always on hand. That's the wonderful thing about it. Now, unless it clearly says pre-order, everything is there, and I ship same or next day. I try to be super quick. Me and the missus, we all want your packages to be there quick. So let's keep going. I didn't buy a 5 Florida. I might buy LOL. I've been stacking. Let me know, Joe. Let me know, because you need a 5. 5 is the best one, in my opinion. Now, the best looking, right? Halves, buy halves like crazy. Halves are cheap. Half is the best, technically, Goldback you can get, but it might not be the best looking, I heard the Florida Goldback art was made with AI. Totally false, Max. That's totally a rumor. That was debunked a while back by the CEO, I guess, of Goldbacks, and he actually showed the artist, and the artist, basically, you can see his art, done moment by moment, and I believe it was on Instagram where he has some of his artwork, and it's wonderful. It's a great looking thing. It's not AI. Completely false. I'm new to the YouTube coin community. We got a Class A LCS on Hickman Road here in Des Moines, Iowa. Cool. Speg, if they do a South Carolina Goldback, they need to make it revolutionary. For sure. Now, like the 10, the Flapper Girl has some nice gams. The 10, I'm not that big on the 10, personally. Not that big on the 10. I'm not that big on the 50. Kind of like the 25 a lot because it feels real Florida to me. Like that's the Florida I know. You got snakes in trees, snakes on planes. You got panthers over there just ready to leap on you. I'm surprised there's not a monkey in a tree somewhere because that is actually a common thing over here, apparently, in some of the springs of Florida. So unfortunately, they didn't put the little monkey swinging around. The 25 is pretty cool. 50, I'm kind of on. 50 is, I think it's They could have did better on 50, in my opinion. Some people might like it. Is what it is. Absolutely love the 100. 100's amazing. She's absolutely jacked. Have you seen it? Look at that. You can see the vein in her arms popping out right there. But she's dragging a boat, for crying out loud. It's kind of ridiculous. So, I say a boat, but that's a full-blown ship. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Spec, you know anything about pure metals that's coming soon? I was very on that. They tried to get me to talk about it. I'm like, you guys are not there yet. I'm not talking about it. Which, that might be something to mention that people come to me all the time about things. Other companies came to me with some similar products to like Goldbacks, and they're like, hey, can you put this on your channel? And I'm like, what am I putting on there? It's just, you're not there yet. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell my fans about something that I can't be excited about too. And so that's pure metals I'm not excited about. I think there's too many opportunities for you guys to peer-to-peer silver and gold without just another place trying to get a couple bucks from you. And so I pretty much just, I'm very on that. Whatnot, for instance, boom, there's a peer's place right there. And they kept their fees as low as they could for the coin community. And they got your back if something goes wrong. If you're a seller on there, if something goes wrong, they have your back. Silver Heist, what's up, buddy? How have you been? Canada Goldback, $51 denomination. Hey, hey. Speg does ship same or next day. The print, the label within minutes, email. I know. I'm kind of weird about that, man. I'll get right in there. I'm like, I got to go print some stuff up. And I just, right away. I think it was it 2 or 3 days ago? I went to the post office twice in the same day. Just wanted to get out there, man, make sure that everything was packed up and shipped out. Let's see. Still, yeah, I couldn't stay away. I stopped selling on there for a little bit. Inigo Montoya, what a cool name, right? Inigo Montoya, Say hello to my little friend. But I've stopped for a little bit because I had the baby, and then once we had some confidence, the wife and I, that I could continue Whatnot without her as much as she was helping. I'm kind of like doing a little bit more, on my own, but not completely because she did help tremendously after the show was over the other day. But it's much more on my own. I wanted that confidence that I could continue. It's great. It's a great platform to just hang out with you guys, to run some deals. I don't got to sit there and email everybody. Like if I was doing a YouTube auction and say, oh, and this is your total and blah, blah, blah. And then some guy goes, oh, hey, I didn't know that I got that. I shouldn't have paid for that. And I got to cancel that. And it's an absolute nightmare. If you guys have no idea, just stay in the I don't have no idea zone, because auctions on YouTube is a miserable thing. Whatnot to streamline it makes it so easy. Everybody's on the same page. There's a problem. You say, hey, there's a problem. Whatnot steps in, cancels it, fixes it, whatever the case may be. It's just so much easier. It's so much easier. All right, stop talking about that. Let's keep going. Silver and gold, huh? Silver and gold, ladies and gentlemen. $3,000 gold. And where are we at? $34 silver? My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Let's see. Skunk apes. Yeah, we got skunk apes. We got all kinds of things. There's probably a Sasquatch out there. We got black bears. Like every animal that you can have, like all these states that have like their famous animal. Somebody let it loose in Florida and they're running around. We got them too. Wait to have till 26 and get paid by 5 and 10. I really like Goldbacks. Definitely get the halves. That's my biggest collection by far. And so again, these are 2 stacks right here that I don't have listed on the website. I'm not going to. These are my personal stacks. Just got some in today. And I believe I have 2 or 3 more of these stacks. Again, part of my own collection. I'm a believer myself of them, listen, some people have the gold standard, which is great. I have the Speg standard. And the Speg standard is a little different. It's same, but different. And my difference is I stack away on my own. I'm not the guy that, you hear a lot of these sellers, they go like, oh, I just sell. This is all for sale. I don't want to keep anything. No, with the Speg standard, I got to put stuff away because I believe in it just like you all, for sure. All right, here we go. That made no sense. I was just trying my best. To use something that, talked about the Speg standard. And I grabbed this. I grabbed I know it made no sense whatsoever. I'm doing things, man. I'm with the flow, fellas and ladies, with the flow. The pirate girl says, oh no, okay, there we go. Tell him we make a spectacular Goldback. Goldbacks never for me. Okay. Nothing's for everybody, right? I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Go to something else. I mean, I totally understand that. Not everything is for me, and I just told you that. Like the companies that have come to me and said, "Hey, Spectacular, can you put this on your YouTube?" And I'm like, "Nope, not doing it." What do you think about Bitcoins? Do you think they're worth it? When? You think 2 months ago they were worth it, or today they're worth it? I don't know. A year ago they're worth it. I don't know. I honestly, the only Bitcoin that I ever owned was a Bitcoin that I mined, and I had a little amount that I was holding on to, and I sold all of my cryptos, including my mined Bitcoin. Was it 3 weeks ago? Almost a month ago now. Sold it all. Got rid of it. So I am out of the cryptos. It's just too weird. Just too weird for me. Let's see. Speg, you ever notice how sharp the edge of a gold buffalo is when you feel it always sharp? Is that because of the finning on there? Because the mint can't figure it out, our mint? I honestly, with my buffaloes, as soon as I buy one, it goes into plastic every single time. Because I am guilty of doing this. I just drop stuff. I can't help it. I don't know why. I got like no fingerprints. I got no grip on my fingers. I don't know what's going on, but I just tend to drop stuff. It just happens. So if I keep it in plastic, we've got it somewhat safe. And for me, this was actually a comment that I got the other day about the silver is silver that I was talking about. You know, everybody wants to say silver is silver. And you find out that it's not just silver when you have a jacked up coin or you have a jacked up silver round, or let's even go gold. If you have a jacked up gold buffalo or jacked up gold eagle that you were like playing with and has some chips and scratches in there, you know, it's no longer retail friendly. And when you go to sell those back, you'll get even less back for those because that's not easy for them to just take directly from you and sell right back to a customer that walks in right behind you. They can't just do that. They're going to send that stuff off to the refiner and get melted down because it's no longer retail friendly. Or if it is going to be sold retail, it's going to have to be for less because it has all those dinks. Think about when you go into a coin shop or something. When you see some gold eagles sitting there, right? If one's all jacked up, it's been colorized, right? It's one of those ones. Are you paying the same price that you are for all the other ones that come out of a mint tube? No, no. You're like, yo, those are messed up. I'm gonna ask for a discount there if you don't mind. You know, it is what it is. So, silver is a really to me, it's not the correct way to go about your stack, in my opinion. For more reasons than just that, obviously, because collectibles are really in right now, really in. This isn't actually an example. This gold standard. Apparently, this was an $80 bar maybe like 5, 6, 7 months ago, nice and cheap. Now find the gold standard anywhere for less than 120. The collector's market is massive. People are paying crazy for collectibles. All collectibles? No, absolutely not. There's some collectibles that will absolutely burn you. Absolutely destroy you. But some are, man, if you know what you're doing with collectibles, you can really benefit. Really benefit. And then, even if you are one of the silver is silver bros, right? You benefit from the collectibles, right? By reselling them, by knowing a little bit and reselling those things. And then you just go buy more. You buy more for your stack. More of the basic stuff. The silver is silver stuff that you love so much. A lot of you guys and gals love this stuff. The coins that say wiener on there. Literally says wiener on these Philharmonics. Ew, right? Disgusting. Ew. I want nothing to do with it, but I will melt it because it melts just nice. Just nice. Let's see. Okay. North Carolina stack, right? Like I said, it was already mentioned in those listings of different states. I was very surprised when I heard the next Goldback state. Extremely surprised. It was not what I thought at all. It was not even in my realm of thinking. I almost forgot this was a state for a moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I was. So I was surprised by it. I will say, apparently, due to the laws that are in the blue states when it comes to silver and gold, it is much more difficult for the Goldback company to get anything going in those blue states. So if you happen to say a blue state in that big long list of states, probably not. Probably not a blue state. Not that we don't like blue states, you know. Sometimes we think they're weird. It is what it is. It's just they don't have the friendliest laws when it comes to silver and gold. It is what it is. For instance, what is it? California is like $2,000 before it's tax free on gold or something crazy like that. Crazy. Let's see. Don't drop the baby. No, don't drop the baby. Always check them on a Metalytics tester and ping. Absolutely. Silver is silver only when there's no other options. Back in 2020, when the spot spiked, the dealers were cleaned out of their inventory. That's when silver is silver was uttered. You know, like I'm sure that where you go, it's going to be that terminology is going to be more and more the case. Can I say that? You know, we talked when I did the videos with Coin Guy. He talks about years ago, you know, when he went and a little tiny baby jar of dimes was like $1,000, right? I'm sure that was a moment where you could almost utter that silver is silver thing, because they didn't care about key dates. They weren't caring about nothing. You had people just unloading coins trying to get in on that silver price at that time. So, you know, if you're smart though, if you're a savvy collector, if you have just a little bit of time to look into stuff, like I said, you can do really, really, really well. The Costco Pamp Lady Liberty at Costco is good price. They are 200 to 300 higher on eBay. Lady Liberty. Which one are you talking about? Hold on a second. Let me see if I have what you're talking about. Are you talking about this? This one right here? Is that what you're referring to? Let's see. Just purchased the Sigma Investor. Sigma Investor. Is that a new one? It's called the Sigma Investor? Never heard of that one. I just heard of the regular. I just got the regular one. I'm not even that fancy. Let's see. All precious metals are tax free if they're pure. 4.9's fine. Depending on which state you're in, for sure. So if you're just trying to get, for instance, this bar right here, 4.9's fine bar, it's not how it works, unfortunately, in Florida. Well, let me rephrase that. This bar happens to work because it's over $500. But let's say this bar was like, you know, less than 500, then it wouldn't have been, you know, it wouldn't have been tax free. But in that case, yes, this bar is going to be. But like a gram 4.9's fine, little round or something like that, it would still be taxed. It's kind of annoying. Let's see. You can check big bars on the Investor. I'd like to see what this Investor is. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You can check big-ish bars on most of them if you have the wands. You can go through the bar with the Pro. Are you thinking Pro or Investor? Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. Hold up. Sigma Metalytics Investor. I thought this was the Pro. It's called the Investor? I was familiar with this one being the Pro. Or is the Pro a little different? No, it does look different. The little black thing on top looks different. So here, what's the Pro looking like? Let's go with Pro. All right, so the Pro has like stationary little black connectors, right? Is that where the difference is? They look very similar. I've never seen the Pro. That's the first time seeing. I'm sorry, I've never seen the Investor. That's my first time seeing the Investor edition. So cool. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. It looks smaller, right? Interesting. Anyways, let's keep on going here to the chat. Let me know how it works. In Canada. Oh, in Canada, I gotcha. Yeah, the 51st state, right? 10-ounce Pamp silver bar. They had some of those yesterday. Actually, I went to Costco yesterday. They had 10-ounce Pamp silver bars in store for $349.99, limited 10 per transaction, per day. I don't know. I took a picture of it. Pretty good price, really, at the time, especially when you consider the cash back that you'd get from getting a few of those. Is there any other folks that do a Goldback? What do you mean, Echo Leaf? Any other folks, like any other states? Yes, there's other states. If silver is silver, then I have a cold bottle of Cleveland's finest municipal water for $2.99. Who needs Poland Spring? That's right. Let's see. Get the dimes, save a little money, stack more. Oh, shoot. The thing just moved on me. I was trying to read all the chat. You can check big bars on the investor. I remember Coin Guy telling the story. He's told it a few times. That's right. Any recommendations on purchasing silver or gold when the price increasing daily? Eventually things will level out, or will there be a dip? Here's the thing, Robert, is do you want to play the game where you're guessing if it's going to go up or down, right? Do you really want to play that game? You will stress yourself out. If you're constantly looking at the Kitco app, trying to figure out if silver and gold's going up or down, and when is the best time for you to buy, or whatever your strategy is, it's rough, right? If your strategy is also like a short term, like, hey, I just want to buy real quick and get right on out, that's also not my specialty. That's not my game. That's not what I recommend on this channel. For me, silver and gold is a long-term hold, right? So to me, the best thing you can possibly do is if you can swing it this month, right? If you got enough investment money and you want to put a little bit into silver or gold, you do that. You do it just a little bit. Boom, a little bit of silver. You go, hey, you know what? Don't have any gold. I have some investment money that I want for something like gold. I'm not going to put all my eggs into one basket, but I want to buy this gold bar. Boom. That month I'm buying that gold bar. Little by little, right? And let your stack grow little by little. And that's what I've been doing, and I highly recommend that. I don't think you should go out and just try to see, when the best moment to buy, and oh shoot, if it goes down $1, now I got to dump it. You keep going little by little as you can afford it. And man, I tell you what, it's one of the better decisions I've ever made, for sure. Hopefully that made sense. I would watch Coin Guy every week. We'll go hang out with him, man. Just go to his store. What's wrong with you? Go camp right next to his building and go inside, right? Speg, look at the prices of the PAMP 10-ounce Lady Liberty Costco price and check eBay price. Just tell me what it is. I can't go look right now. Same at Costco near Orlando. It's a nice PAMP bar. Never seen it before. It is nice. I will say it's nice. So they have the silver version of these too, which is also really, really pretty. Really cool. Did you guys see it? I don't know if you pay attention to my posts at all, but I actually melted one of the bars that I got from Costco. You want to see what I did? You want to see the thing I made? I made a thing. You want to see it? Let me know. The investor is a newer model, tests completely through the coin bar, etc. It also has a measure feature. Spectacular, Silverstacular. That's right, Native. How have you been? Haven't seen you for a while. Pro is bigger. It does look bigger for sure. Bi-weekly and consistency. Amen. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm trying to preach right here. Bi-weekly and consistently, for sure. And if you can't make it one week, then don't buy. It's rough. And don't ever get to the point where like you've got yourself backed into a corner and you're going to end up, having to sell precious metals because you've backed yourself so far back into a corner. You didn't have any money saved up, for a rainy day. Don't be that person either, because it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have to sell some of your stack. Anyone else finding tons of pre-82 pennies in their area? Always. I was actually surprised today. I went, where did I go? I think it was Burger King. Was it? Yeah, I think Burger King, and I paid cash, and she gave me back some cents. I think like 4 or 5 cents. And I was like, ooh, like, what do I got here? Show us the thing. All right, I'm going to show you the thing. Here you go. So actually, this is the first time ever that I melted gold and I made something with it. And I actually have, I'll show you. Oh. So you know that my logo, if you've ever really paid attention to my logo closely, at the top it says 999 fine silver. It is what it is. That was not one of the specifications that I asked the person that made my logo to put into it. That was just like an artist's, I don't know, they just wanted to do it. But if you look, I don't know if I can show you this stamp that I had made specifically for when I melt gold, it actually says 3 9s fine gold on there. Of course, this is backwards, so it's going to be real hard for you to read. But this is a special stamp only for when I do gold. I've been sitting on it forever, but you would find that it fits actually perfectly onto this right here. Perfect, because it is the stamp that is meant for gold. Just kind of funny. Funny that I spent money on that thing right there that I've only been able to use it once. And I think I bought that, like, I don't know, man, almost a year ago now, probably even longer. And they're expensive. I'm going to be honest. The thing was like 240 bucks. $200 to $350 higher than Costco on eBay. Yikes. So there's a way to make some money right there, American Stacker. Goodness gracious. Mike, what's up, brother? How's it going? Is gold/silver better than the stock market for long-term games? I don't think that if you're trying to invest, I think that's Lewis the Fifth. Lewis, if you're trying to just invest, right? If you're just trying to get the most bang for your buck with your money, the stock market will always, technically, it should be potentially a better outcome, right? As an investment. Silver and gold, it's technically an investment, but it's something that people don't like to call an investment because it's not the same as like the stock market, like a get rich quick crypto scheme kind of thing, right? It's a preservation of wealth. You become your own bank. It's different. So by definition, it's an investment, but it's hard to really classify it as a normal investment like your stock market, your crypto. Well, I think crypto is more like a gamble if you want to be honest, but the stock market, because there is a lot more potential for gains in those two places than there is in silver and gold. But it keeps your money a little bit more protected during questionable moments, questionable times, the iffy things that are going on out there. It just keeps your money current. It fights inflation. It's a whole different animal. That being said, let's go back to the comments. Let's see. Peter Schiff told me to buy mining stocks. Sorry, coin guy. How are the mining stocks been? Have they been going down too? I'd imagine that they would be in these markets. The market's been real tough. There's another stacker that's been telling me daily how he's been losing $800+ each and every day these last couple weeks. I picked up some nice Mercury dimes last week, black spots, but not much wear. Okay. Where'd you get those from, Matt? Tell us your secrets. Plane on fire at Denver airport. Oh, no. No more planes getting messed up. We can't take it anymore. When I get rolls of pennies, I usually find about 20%, 82 or earlier. Do you hoard them like I do? I got bags around here somewhere. Somewhere I got big old bags of copper cents that I just hold on to. Mr. Reluctant Stacker, how's it going? Let's see. That's nice. Did you get a nervous melting gold? I did a little bit, Samsung. I don't want to say that I was like totally confident going in. I had this like this desire to do it, and I once that is in your head, you know what I mean? As a man, you're gonna go ahead and get on with that desire. And I was like, I want to melt this gold, and I melted what was probably my least favorite bar of gold. Definitely not my favorite for sure. But I was like, yeah, let me try this. And I said, shoot, worst case scenario, I lose $3,000, you know? it was nerve-wracking for sure. For sure. And actually, oddly enough, I went yesterday to Beantown Coin because they have an XRF machine. And I said, hey, can you shoot this with the FRX machine? I just want to double check this thing. And shot pure. And he's like, yep. He's like, I would buy that as pure. I'm like, cool. I feel confident now. Confident that I didn't mess it up. I'd like to buy a silver badge logo like the gold one. Oh, American Stacker, well, where have you been, man? I got the, I sold, I think it was like 9 hand-poured pieces I put on the website. Yeah, and I sent an email to everybody that was signed up on Spegtacular.com. So you all got an email saying that they were there. They sold out within moments, of course. I can't keep those things in stock. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why people like my silver, but they do. Because silver is silver, let's be honest. I don't know why they're willing to pay more for my silver. It just makes no sense. Because silver is silver, folks. It makes no sense. Silver and gold have outperformed the stock market 24 to 2025. I mean, like, the market overall, there's some stocks that have still been doing really well. I mean, but silver and gold, I would say gold has been killing it. Silver has just been kind of, to me, it's been stagnant a little bit. It's been kind of like hanging on. I think that silver should have been coming up more personally, but what can you do? What can you do? I've got some good stocks that I've been involved in too. And on this channel, I don't want to recommend it because you start getting into all kinds of legalities and everything like that. But I've been doing all right. Even in this downturn of a market, I've been okay in the stock market, believe it or not. I thought you were Team Peace. Oh, yeah, Team Peace for sure. Let's see. Oh, Herb Ash, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Man should know how to control his desires. Sometimes, I tell you what, Oracle, you can't. You just can't. Can't fight it. Watch Mr. Street Tips. He's good at melting gold. Well, he does a whole different thing. He likes to melt gold that's like, in computers, it has like maybe like 5% gold in a little chip or something like that. And then he melts it with all kinds of chemicals. It's a whole different thing. For me, I've already got the 4/9 pure gold. I'm taking a torch, I'm hitting it, and I'm making a ball of gold, and then boom, we're done. It's more of a simplistic process. He's getting some scrap stuff from really questionable places and like, India and all kinds of places, and that's what he's melting. And he's got to use all kinds of chemicals to make sure it's purified. He's a different animal for sure. He melted some Goldbacks too. A lot of people were saying Goldbacks didn't have the gold in them. He melted them and said, nope, they do. That was my next question. What did you melt? It was a Rand refinery bar. Just a real plain. It has those elephants on there. I think I've showed it on my channel during the gold challenge. I got it for dirt cheap. It was a Costco bar, and went ahead and got. It's funny, that bar, that Rand refinery, it was just sitting in the Costco group of gold bars, and gold had came up, and I was like, darn it, I really should have bought yesterday. And I watched all these bars sell out, all these different really popular bars, and then I saw that Rand refinery stay there at yesterday's price. And I was like, sometimes on Costco, you go to click on it, it says like, even though it shows available, you go to click on it, it says, oh, no longer available. And you're like, son of a gun, right? Man, I clicked on that thing, added it to the cart. It was in there. I was like, oh my goodness, I might have just got a super deal. And sure enough, I did. I got my cash back rewards. I think it was over like, I don't know, $105, $110, whatever it was. It was a great, great opportunity right there. And I nabbed it. Rob Funkhauser says, Mr. and Mrs. Spegtacular, once again, congratulations on the new addition to your family. All the future's best. Thank you so much, Rob. Greatly appreciate that. It's so interesting, seeing people that, I don't know them, but they read the post about me having a little baby, and they, congratulated me and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's nice. It feels like a community again. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I read the comments that comes out of, I don't know where they're coming from. Late at night, people start drinking, I guess, and they start, hey, I got to leave a comment on this guy's page about how dumb he is. And I'm like, man, what happened to the community? Like, we're broken. Like, I don't know what happened. But then I get those nice people, in person, that are like, hey, congratulations. In fact, I went to a local coin show, and there was like 2 or 3 people that I don't know who they are, but they're like, hey, heard you had a baby, congratulations. I'm like, oh, dude, thank you so much. That's really nice of you guys. Let's see. Rich says, I wish the silver stacking scene was as big in the UK as it seems to be over there. There's probably 4 or 5 coin shops in a 100-mile radius. Well, Rich, over here, it can be similar depending on the state and the area. You know what I mean? So, when you look at my channel, I'm in Florida. I'm on the West Coast. There's coin shops. There's pawn shops. There's antique shops. There's like all kinds of places that let me buy silver, gold, and coins in a small little area around me. I can drive for 100 miles and find dozens of places, right? But some places, in the United States, you can go and you can't find nothing. And I get those comments all the time that people say that I'm lucky for where I live. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I guess that's where I happen to grow up, and I just stayed here, Too expensive to move. I can hear the baby screaming right now. Wow, she's got a vocal cord on her. Like just boom. Wow, vocal cords. Let's see. Dealers who think everything is worth $1,000 makes artisanal. I wouldn't call it artisanal. Artisanal. How do you say that word? Artist made. No, I wouldn't say that. It's funny because in my head, I'm an idea guy, right? I have all these ideas in my head, and I go to like perform. I go to make something, and it comes out different that's in my head every single time. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It looks weird to me, right? And then this thing happens, right? I get my pour and it looks dumb, right? I'm so disappointed because what was in my head did not come out after I melted it. And I get the thing, I start hammering it, I start putting stamps on it. I'm like, ugh, I'm ruining it. I should just melt this thing. It's terrible, right? And then I get it and I start playing with it. I start looking at it. I'm like, I don't really want to sell this. One of the pieces I just put on my site yesterday, did not want to sell it. I was like, I don't want to sell this thing. I want to keep it. I made myself put it up and I'm like, if nobody buys it today, I'm taking it off and I'm keeping it. Somebody bought it and now it's gone forever. But um, it's funny how my pieces grow on me like that. Maybe I'm just into silver. I don't know. I hope Brian gave you paternity leave. Brian who? Brian who? You think I work for Brian? Who are you talking about? I don't work for Brian. Ay ay ay. I don't I don't work for the man, brother. I see. John G says, "Hi, Speg. OMG, this happened to me just this instant. Wanted to buy the last 2024 Year of the Dragon and just sold. I'm in France. Well, elephant is for me. 150 euros cheaper and it's cool. Well, there you go, man. Here's the thing, John G, is that if you miss something, it hurts, right? It hits your heart. You're like, man, I missed out. You might lose a little sleep. You might not be able to stop thinking about it. But you know as well as I do that there's something that's available tomorrow. There's something available next week, the next month. There's always something else. Always something else. So don't stress yourself out. What Herbash? Oh, look at that. He did one of those little member chat things. If you're a member, I believe you get like a free little like chat thing like Herbash just did. Put some weird stuff in the chat. Why not, man? Represent. Thank you, Herbash. And thank you for being a member for a long time. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate the members that just, hang out. And if one day you can't be a member anymore, don't feel bad about stopping the membership. It's totally crazy. Just don't stop commenting and hanging out on the channel once in a while. Because that I would feel bad about. Strongleg, what's up? How have you been? Stephen Terrell, do you believe if 1,000 Goldbacks are melted, it's really 1 ounce? I'm sure it's very close, Stephen. I'm sure it's very, very close. Now, you can lose some gold in the melting process. And that's no matter if you melt a pure gold bar like this, right? And you melt it, this is 4/9 pure. If you melt this, you're going to lose a little bit of gold. It's part of the process. Whether that gold gets smeared ever so lightly on the crucible, whether some pieces bounce out because of the heat, whatever the case may be, you will lose some. But I believe it's going to be as close as you can possibly get. Yes, Stephen. And like I said, a guy on YouTube already did it. Street Tips already did melted Goldbacks and proved that it was the right amount. It was there. So just so you know. Don't cut your earlobe off, Speg. Is that like an old saying? Something? I don't know. Daniel says, I grabbed the Dope Cat piece. You did grab the Dope Cat piece. That's a cool piece, Daniel. And I'm going to show that on a video too. Dope Cat was like, hey, I really wanted you to put that on a video. I'm like, don't worry, I did it. I got it on a video. I'll put it on YouTube. That way people can see what it was. It was an interesting piece because I did 3 or 4 or 5 techniques that I never do on silver, right? Ever. In fact, it was a first time trying it. It came out right reluctantly. I was like, whoa, thank goodness. I did it. I worked out. I worked it out. It's fine. Yeah, anyways, it was a great piece. And then Daniel D bought it from me. He just took it. He took one of my great pieces of artwork. But no, Daniel, I'm glad that if anybody could get it, that it was you for sure. And yeah, it's already in the hands of USPS coming at you along with those other 3 pieces. Daniel, actually, now that I got you, the piece that I was just talking about, I don't know if you missed that whole story. There's a flat piece that I had domed. I called it a flat dome piece. That is by far my favorite piece that I've made in a long time. It's only 26 grams. It's very small. For some reason, I could not get that thing out of my hand. So hopefully you enjoy it, and you'll see the piece that I liked since you bought it. You rapscallion. You got it from me. Stackers out there are some... stackers are out there. Some are quiet. A lot of quiet stackers. Most people aren't, doing what I'm doing. I try to promote the hobby. A lot of people don't care to promote the hobby. They just want to keep it on the down low. Well, I'd happily intern for Brian if I live. I don't. No, no, I don't. Who is he talking about? No, I don't work for Brian. I don't know what Brian you're talking about. No, I work for me. No way. If anything, Brian works for me. Boom. I said it. I leave that stacking to Mr. Speg. CD Matt. I stack the baby. Stack the baby. That's funny. Let's see. You're welcome. Stacks the baby. That's good. Good. Fox Valley Coins in Illinois. Reluctant stacker. Also Morton Grove Coin in Chicago. Subscribe. Thank you guys for. I saw somebody else earlier subscribe too. Thank you very much. Listen, I will say this to anybody that wants to subscribe today, right? I don't have the content that's just totally perfect every single time, that you're going to love every single time. Some of the content is filler, but there's some stuff in my content that I think is really important, that will really educate people, that will really help people, and it gets, you know, a lot of other people some limelight. I recently just had Robert. Did you guys see that video? Robert the artist. I thought that he was so amazing with his art that he could do. And like, that's an example of like, I want people to know about this guy. Is he somebody who stacks precious metals? Is he a coin collector? I have no idea, but he makes the best coin art that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I thought, you know what? I need some of that stuff on my wall. I bet other people would want that on. And I found Robert. I went to his website. I'm like, hey, I was like, can you please, you know, give me some of that art, you know, like on video so I can show people this. And he's like, yeah, we can do a Zoom call. I'm like, cool. I did all that work because I just believe in the community and believe in somebody like that who's making cool things for us. And that's this channel though. I try my best to promote people, to help people, to, you know, but sometimes I got it. Like I said, subscribers, you guys that are new, sometimes it's gotta be some fillers. It is what it is. You know, if you stop the content, people stop watching. It is what it is. International stacker, am I right? Oh, he's not even here. Oops. Yikes. All right. Anybody who proudly states I stack silver and gold to anybody other than immediate family is placing a bullseye on himself. Even with family, right? You can't trust family. I can't trust my family. I'll be honest with you. I got some weirdos in my family. Woody boy, I love coin collecting, and stacking just gets lonely sometimes. I'm the only one in my family more. Well, you know, Woody boy, that's why you got to join a forum. There's like the coin collecting forums out there. Coin Community, I think, is one of them. I think NGC has forums. There's all kinds of things out there. Join the community here on YouTube. There's communities everywhere. I'm sure Facebook has some. I know Instagram does. You know, join some communities, and then every now and then you get something cool. Like you're like, yeah, look at this. I just got a gold standard bar. Let me post a picture of it on Instagram. You post a picture, you get a couple thumbs up. You see what I mean? You get one guy that's like drunk in the middle of the night that goes like, why would you spend so much on that? Silver is silver. And you're like, listen, drunk guy, it's really, really cool. You can't convince the drunk guy though. But you know, it makes you feel good to kind of get it out there. And that's the wonderful thing about social media, is that we've had this opportunity now to show off our collection to people that we don't even know, that we don't necessarily, you know, get to associate with on a daily basis. We just bring it out there. And it's cool, and it makes you feel good, right? You just tell them about the deals you get. Be like, hey, listen, I just got this 1921 BU Morgan silver dollar for $22. Actually, this one was 28. Disregard. That was $28. And then somebody drunk in the middle of the night is going to be like, well, you know, it's fake, right? And you're like, oh, no, it's fake for real? And you're going to be thinking, you're going to double, you're like, oh, I can't believe it. He's right. He must know. He must know. Steve LaPointe, what's up, buddy? I miss him. You know, International Stacker, I think he actually just had a post today. He's a great dude. I like International. He's cool. He's one of those guys that I remember, you know, and there was another one too. And I forget his name off the top of my head. I know Jaegerport Silver was did some stuff with him, but he used to just dump loads of silver onto the table like every single video. And I'm watching these guys. I'm like, what the heck do these guys do for a living that they can just keep dumping silver onto their table like this? And it's like, you know, I started kind of going like, wow, I gotta do whatever these guys are doing, because they got loads of silver all the time. But then I was like, you know what? I can't be those guys. I have to be myself and just do it how I can do it. And I was going to coin shops. I was going to the flea market with $100 in my pocket, trying to buy, 90% silver. And that's all I had available. That's all I could, at the time. And then when it started getting to be, I could bring $200 when I went places. I remember I'd go to these pawn shops, right? And these guys would let me look through their bucket of junk silver. So it'd be like stuff like this, nice 90% US junk silver. They let me cherry pick the pieces out. And I had my oldest, and she would stand right by my side while Daddy was sitting there picking out coins for his $250, whatever I had available to me. And I just kept stacking away little by little. And then when, my real job started going like, hey, you deserve a raise. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Who'd somebody say? Brian. When Brian said I deserve a raise, then I was like, yeah, okay, Brian, you're right. I do deserve a raise. And maybe I can spend $300 next month, whatever the case may be, whatever Brian allows, it's all about Brian these days. Speg gives the pulse of the market and the collector's drive. Yes. And, I don't want to be the guy either that goes like, silver came up today because of this. And it's like, those get boring to me, right? I don't care that silver is going up or down as much as I care about me being able to continue stacking it. If that makes sense to you, right? Were you the original coin shop interviewer? Yes, I was, Herbash. So the original coin shop was actually a guy named Asher. Asher was super thrilled about the success of the interview videos that he and I did together. And then Asher got a little greedy on me, and he's like, hey, I want you to take the videos down. He's like, I'm going to do my own videos. I hired a videographer, blah, blah, blah. And like, behind the scenes, let me tell you guys, I charge these coin shops nothing when I do these videos, right? I don't want video, or I don't want money. I don't want coins. I don't want silver in exchange. I want the information that they have, and I want to give it to you all. And in exchange, I usually say like, hey, check down in the description so you can call this coin shop owner about this product, you know what I mean, or whatever, That's my gift back for them for their information. I give them no money. But this son of a gun, in my opinion, he's a son of a gun. He wanted to stop my information from you all, to take that education away. And he wanted to go ahead and do it all on his own. He wanted to hire the videographer. He wanted to have his own YouTube channel. And so later when he had, 20 views on a video, where he and I had, I think, 50,000 views in 3 days, he had 20 views. He stopped the videographer. He didn't hire him anymore. He stopped the YouTube venture. And then he and I had already gone our separate ways. And I'm like, well, this is terrible. This is, because I had a good thing going with a coin shop owner that I thought was on the same page. And then one day, all of a sudden, wasn't. And I'm like, I got to get more information out there. So I'm driving around to all these coin shops. And I tell you what, coin shop owners, man, they're really quirky. There's some weirdos out there, which is great. We're all weirdos. But I was driving around and I found, Coin Guy and his wife. Coin Guy and his wife was working in their shop. Nobody was in there. It was not a shop that a lot of people went to that I saw when I was there, right? He seemed cool enough, whatever the case may be. I called him up. I said, hey, Guy, after I'd already visited, right? I called him up. I said, hey, I was thinking about you. I was thinking maybe we could do a video sometime. And he goes, yep. He goes, my son said I needed to be doing something like this. And he's like, and here you are saying that it should be done. So he's like, let's do it. Boom. During normal business hours, when anybody could come into the store, we started filming. And nobody came in because his store was not a big deal at that time. Once YouTube gave him some exposure, boom. People had now come from Europe and Australia, and they want to go to Spring Hill to see Coin Guy. And that's the beauty of the internet. You know what I mean? That's YouTube power. And again, I don't want anything from Coin Guy. I don't want anything from Beantown Coin. I don't want anything from Vermilion. I don't want anything from these guys that I interviewed other than the education and having a different perspective. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But yes, I was the first one. I was like, hey, there's a need for this. I think it would be interesting because I loved going into coin shops and I kind of like learning and stuff. And you got to get so much information from these people. And I was like, Coin Guy and I, for instance, right? I go into his shop, we're sitting there talking. I'm like, man, I probably should have been filming this entire thing because there's so much information that I could be getting. And that goes with any coin shop. In fact, I just did a video with Beantown Coin. So much information from that guy. That guy is wise, well beyond his years. Joe from Beantown Coin, so brilliant. So much knowledge about coins and precious metals. You got to check out the videos from Joe, Joe at Beantown Coin again. But you know, like he and I were talking at the beginning, and he even told me, he's like, man, he's like, you should have been filming this entire time. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let me get the camera out. Let me do this. uh, so yeah, it's just so much good information out there. If you guys are not checking out all the different people that I have on the channel, like when I do one of the special showcases, I think you're really missing out on some education. One thing I would say that a lot of people will like an older gentleman, right? They like the older person because they feel more connected. Don't let that persuade you from some of the younger cats in this hobby. There's some people that are younger than me that are 18, 19, 20, that are, you know, learning about numismatics and just have so much information, and they could teach us an amazing amount. They shock me sometimes when I talk to them. Sometimes they're little weirdos too, those little kids. I mean, I tell you what, kids are weird, adults are weird, but they have so much information. So don't let your stubbornness of wanting to talk to the old person about coins and precious metals and you know, notes and stuff. Don't let that stop you from learning from some of the younger people too. And that's what I'll say. And I've found myself guilty of that and being stubborn in that way, thinking that only the older people had the knowledge that I needed, but the younger people too. One of the most fascinating videos I've seen is on YouTube. I don't know what it is right now, but it's about Shipwreck coins. Comes from a guy probably in his 25-ish, I would say. And he's talking about Shipwreck coins, and he is so knowledgeable in his approach, and the talk is so perfect. But I think the video has like a couple hundred views. Nobody wants to watch it because here it is, you know, a 25-year-old talking about, you know, this thing that he has no business knowing about and talking about, but it's so well done. And it's just a shame. It's just a darn shame. I tell you what, some of the best information you could ever get out there is never going to be seen by you just because of the way YouTube works. If it doesn't have a lot of views, a lot of people aren't watching it, the algorithm is not going to share it with you. It is what it is. It's a darn shame. Anyways, I'm going back here. I'm going back to the comments real quick. Bill had to go get dinner. Okay, cool. Bring me some too, but I'm kind of hungry all of a sudden. I might have some. I made some brisket a while ago. I froze some. I might go in brisket. Actually, to be honest with you, I might do some barbecue on the brisket. A little barbecue. Let's see. Steve, she doesn't like sleeping. Did Mrs. Spectacular plug something? Sells Goldbacks on his website. I do. I am totally fine if you go somewhere else, though. I will say that again and again. I am not stressed out if you want to go buy Goldbacks from anybody else. My one thing that I have, I think, is an advantage, is that whatever Goldbacks I have on my website, they are in stock. So you don't got to wait a long time. I hear a lot of these websites, they're 2-3 weeks waiting time. It is what it is. I'm probably more expensive than some other people, but they are in stock. And I am as small of a business owner as you can possibly get. That being said, that is not me trying to convince you to buy from me. Not in one way. No way. You're totally fine going somewhere else. Anyways, I really like Coin Guy and you when you talk about coins. I really learn a lot. Billy Smith, like again, watch that video with Joe from Beantown Coins. You will learn an incredible amount from him. He's a younger guy, but he is super wise about it too. Coin Guy bucks the trend of most dealers of his generation. I remember dealers from many, many years ago who were ornery, jaded, laconic? Is that a word? Laconic? I didn't know that word. That's a new one for me, Sojourner. It depends. Like, so, you know, a coin guy, he might look at you a little bit cross, you know what I mean? If you came in and he's not familiar with you, you know, but once you start, you know, showing that you're into coins, that you're a little bit knowledgeable, they start to open up. And I found a lot of dealers are like that too. You know, at first everybody kind of looks at you sideways because they've been dismantled mentally by people trying to hoodwink and hornswoggle them, you know what I mean? And scammers and stuff. They've just been so beaten down by these people that are constantly just trying to scam them. And so When you come at them though, and you show them some knowledge and some interest and some appreciation, they can turn that around a little bit. Some will never. Some will never be able to do that for sure. And I've met those people too. You can go spend thousands of dollars with some people, and they're just as ornery as they are when you never spent money with them as when you spent thousands of dollars. You know, it just that's just the way some people. They never change. Just north of Gainesville. What's up, Adam? How's it going? Please don't put barbecue sauce on the brisket. LOL. I really enjoy your videos. So Grant, I would probably not mess with barbecue sauce. In fact, I know I don't because I don't when it's like fresh brisket. But the frozen stuff that's been sitting around a little bit, I got to throw some barbecue sauce on there. Just, you know what I mean? It needs a little something. And it was like way frozen too. It was deep frozen. Let me just say that. Probably shouldn't be eating it, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Coin Guy is the original OG of coin shops. He's a rare gem left in the coin world. Gold over 3K tomorrow. I think it was over 3K today, technically, right? Let's go check some of the places again. I got 3003 right here on this website and 3402 for silver. I think we did it, brother. I think we're there. Rob says, I totally buy the Goldbacks from Speg before anyone else. Just had to take a closer look at them and see what they're about. Always have to do research. I would, Rob, for sure. See if it's for you. And it's not for some people, the Goldbacks. Some people just don't like these things, right? And whatever, I'm not here to really convince you. All I'm here to do is exactly what you said, Rob, is go try to do the research first. Before you come in to the chat and you start going, oh, the premiums are double. It makes no sense. Why wouldn't you buy an ounce of gold? Well, you've already told me that you haven't done the research. That's immediately now I know you haven't done the research. So go to Goldback's website. You can't buy anything on there, unfortunately, but go there, learn about it, learn about how they're made, learn about their functionality. Go find some places. If you're in one of the states that allow Goldbacks, go to some of the places local to you and see if there's any local people that you're familiar with that accept Goldbacks. Learn about it a little bit for sure. You're doing the right thing. I try to preach that to my kids. I'm like, listen, before we just, buy a fish, we have to do some research on how to take care of it. You know what I mean? You have to know what you're doing. You can't just say, hey, I want that fish. And then we go buy the tank and, get a couple gallons of water from the store the same day. No, you got to do your research. You got to do it the right way. You're doing the right thing for sure. Got my first Goldbacks today. 5 Florida is beautiful. Yes, sir. Justin M. Goldbacks have the word gold in them. Throw it in a crucible. It melts just the same. Yep. Hopefully you don't melt it though. Is there a silver top that you would sell or trade for gold? I always wanted to hear you and Guy talk about if it ever got back up to around 45 to 50. Well, Brent, to be fair, I sell silver and gold constantly, right? Especially over on Whatnot. I'm selling silver and gold to you guys and gals every other week. So I whatever number it is, I'm following through. So it's hard for me to say. Now my personal stack, right? Like my deep stack, I would start offloading at certain numbers, I would believe. I don't know. I'm not selling it all, but I might dabble. I don't know. We'll see. If there's a need, if I needed it for something, then I might dabble. If there's no need, then I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to keep holding it. Right now, I really don't have the need. So I can't say that let's say silver was 50 today. Would I go into the shop? I'm trying to think, right? I'm trying to really put my head into this. If silver hit $50 today, would I go into a shop and be like, hey, I need to offload some silver? Right now, I don't have the need. So I'm not thinking that I need to. Why would I do it? Just to have cash? I would just end up taking that cash and buying more silver. So no, I don't think I would. Not right today. I had to really think about that. I had to really move that around in my head. Sorry. Of course, Rob. Good. What up, Speg? Just finished work. Glad to catch you. Oh, awesome. Good to see you, man. A lot of people say that I can't, I missed you because of work. I try to stay on for at least a little bit so you can come see me. There's a lot of people. Let me say this right now. A lot of you guys are in the chat right now. There's 127-ish, according to what I see in the chat. I greatly appreciate you guys for being on this live. Can you do me a favor? It would mean the world to me. Honestly. Don't do the whole super chat. Don't give me any money whatsoever. But if you could just throw some comments up sometime on new videos that I make, or even some old videos here and there, um, and listen, if you got to be, critical of the video or the concept of the video, totally understanding. If we can do it in a nice, polite way, instead of just saying you're an idiot for thinking that, dot, 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 shake my head, and then like, that's it, that's your argument. No, if you can do it in a, with some constructive criticism to help me out, I would love that. I would totally adore that. So if you can give me some positive comments, or you can give me some comments with some constructive criticism in my videos, either future, present or past, that would mean more to me than anything else. So, like I said, I see a bunch of you guys here in the chat. That would be great. I'd really, really appreciate that. I just feel like a lot of the people don't comment as much as they used to anymore. I did have one of my biggest commenters the other day. I said, dude, I never see you comment anymore. I said, what happened? And he goes, well, I watch you on TV now. He says, on TV, it's hard for me to leave comments. I'm like, well, okay, I understand. I'd still like you to leave a comment if you could. It'd be a big deal to me. Mean a lot to me in my heart. Silver's a hedge against inflation. Yes, sir. Anyone doing the UPMA program been thinking about it? You got to have a lot of money, don't you, Adam? Let's see. Just ordered 5 Goldbacks. My first. I missed a bunch of comments here. The goal. Hold on. The goal for silver is to break higher than 34.86, which occurred back in October, then head steadily above it. Premiums have always been in the precious metals. The folks who mine them need to be paid. Just started stacking. I have a 5 Florida Goldback, 1 ounce silver eagle, 1 silver dime, and 1 silver quarter. So not much, but it's fun. That's cool, Mud Dog. Just keep going, right? Just little by little, and just build that up. And I tell you what, man, it happens fast. If you can get consistent, if like every single month you can get yourself to buy just like whatever you can afford, if it's like $100 worth, if it's just like all I can do is go into a coin shop and buy 1 American Silver Eagle, and that's all you're doing every single month, that stuff will start adding up, I tell you what. If silver and gold spot spiked, I'd offload some and funnel that into numismatics. I usually like to buy numismatics when like silver and gold have like these crazy high spikes. I do like to go back into coins, which is wonderful because you have some options that way. So that's a good point. Much love from the Central Fund. Thanks for you found about a coin guy. You're welcome, Andrew. Can't wait for Louisiana Goldbacks. Florida 5 is the best looking. I just bought another 1 ounce gold buffalo. Received it on Saturday before the gold price went higher. Where'd you get it, Joseph? What little secret outlet do you have, sir? See, that's my poor excuse because I'm watching you on my big TV, yet I'm chatting through my phone on YouTube. I mean, if you can, I'd really like to see more comments on the channel. I feel like they've just been really, really low lately on the comments. And a lot of these videos where I feel like you guys should be paying attention to, that has so much education, I feel like they're kind of getting like looked over for some reason. I don't know why. A little at a time. That's right. I saw a quarter grain piece of gold for $9.99 on eBay. Worth it or scam? Grain? That is a scam. Stay away from that grain stuff. The silver grain stuff, the gold grain stuff. That stuff's so ridiculous. And who's going to test that? No XRF machine and no Sigma machine will ever be able to test those grains. Ever. You have to take a bunch of them and melt them together before you could actually test that they're accurate. So I would not buy that kind of stuff, personally. Not me. Let's see. I can really offer any constructive criticisms. You do everything very well. No, there's some, come on, Grant. Come on now. You can do something. Come on. You can do something. Or at least, if you have a question, I mean, please ask me the question. Mud Dog, you'll be surprised how fast your stack will grow. Just set a budget, set a goal, and buy consistently. That's right. Let's get Speg to 100K subscribers too. That'd be nice. I'll take it. I said that at 100K I would start doing face reveals, but I've been doing that. I've already been doing that. And I have a Sigma Pro Metalix machine for my testing. Hold my silver for now. I criticized about Whatnot and Speg let me have it, so I'll rejoin Whatnot just to support him on there too. I mean, there is so much. Listen, there's some problems, right? Is Whatnot absolutely perfect? No. I don't love those wheel games. Not a fan of those. I don't love the gambling stuff. Not a fan of the. And you know that from my early on videos, right? I've said, listen, because Instagram was bad for it. Instagram was always doing those wheels and the gambling and stuff. And I said, listen, I said you are better off not gambling and just buying what you can when you can, right? You're always going to come out on top if you just buy the Morgan dollar as opposed to play some, random game to get a Morgan dollar or something, as an example. You're always going to be better just buying it when you can. And so that's my personal gripe right there. And there's some shows were on on there where I don't agree with the person selling. I don't think that they're giving the right information to the audience. I don't think. I actually had a comment off of Reddit, which is one of the very few comments on Reddit that will ever be positive about me. I guarantee you. But people were asking about places, people on Whatnot, right? That they recommend coin people that they recommend you do business with, right? And one guy says, I recommend Spegtacular, something along the lines of because he gives you education, he doesn't try to stress you out and tries to make you make a purchase, blah blah blah. And he's like, I highly recommend him. And I was like, you know what? Finally somebody sees, like we can, you and I, Steve, we can be on Whatnot all show long. If I go on Whatnot right now, you and I could be on there the entire time, and you don't have to buy a single thing. You can enter all the giveaways for free, and bada bang. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally cool with just shipping you out 10 giveaways or whatever in a night if you win them all. It's not a problem for me. I'm not going to stress you out. I'm not going to be like, you guys don't know what you're doing. You should have bid more on. I'm not the guy. No, I just want to hang out. And if you want to buy some stuff, whatever, you know what I mean? I might try to educate you a little bit. If there's some kind of super cool piece, this is not it. But if there's some kind of super cool piece, I'll be like, hey, just so you guys know, you can go look it up right now. This piece right here is going for like, $80 to $100 elsewhere, just so you know. But we're going to start the bidding at $1. You guys do what you want. If it goes to $120, I had nothing to do with that. That's not me. That's you guys fighting over something. It is what it is. If it goes for $12, which I've had an ounce of silver do many times on Whatnot, I don't yell at you guys. I don't get mad. It's just whatever. Right? Troll Fighter switched his name. Troll Fighter used to be Blue something. What was your name before? You've switched your name. Curious to know, Speg, do you have any rare silver pieces such as flowing hair, dime, etc.? You're talking about silver pieces or coins? Because I would say silver pieces versus a coin is two different things, but flowing hair, half dime, etc. And obviously you're talking about coins, right? And like when we're talking about rare, how rare do you want to get? How rare? Because a flowing hair half dime is like ultra expensive. $10,000 or so. You know what I mean? I live in the sticks of South Alabama, salty. I can't find any coin shops near me, unfortunately. That stinks. Well, and I guess that's one good thing about the YouTube, right? You kind of getting almost like falling in love with these YouTube personalities because you can, find some coin shops via YouTube with people that you might have some kind of like feeling towards. You might enjoy the coin guys. You're like, you know what? I want to do business with him. I learn stuff from your videos. If viewers just want to make negative comments, I think they could spend their time more productively. Keep up the good work, man. Yeah, sometimes I do deserve some negative stuff, but I think it should be done constructively. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes people just, it's not because of, like, for instance, like if I let Steve have it, it's probably because I had 3 comments just prior that just absolutely twisted my gears. And poor Steve just got the brunt of my assault. I'm sorry. I'm a human. It is what it is. I'm not perfect. 8 destroyers. Killer for you catching me, man. Thank you very much. Let's see, but I have plenty of what I love in coins, on my channel. To answer your question, if I have anything rare, there's some stuff that's more rare than others for sure. There's some stuff that I'm very proud of. It's cool stuff. I just got that really neat proof Morgan dollar. I thought that was an amazing get. You know what I mean? Like, proof Morgans, there's not a whole lot of those to go around. So to get one of those, that's in my opinion, it's a super rare coin. It taught me a lot. Nice, man. Thank you, my dog. John Jacobs, what's up, man? How's it going? Listen. Okay, then what about any Shipwreck gold? I bought my first Cazador 8 Real. Yes, I have. Are you asking if I have any? Yes, I've showed, I have a 1715 Fleet Shipwreck piece. It is gold. It is a doubloon, 2 escudos. I believe I've showed that off a few times. What do you use to log your coins? Excel? Or I actually have a buddy that constantly wants me to like do like a spreadsheet on this stuff. I'm not that kind of collector. No, that's too intense for me. It's all in my head, which eventually I'm sure that'll come back to really nail me as I get older and older and I forget things. But I'm not really. I really don't care that much how much I bought something for, if that makes sense. I know where to find prices at pretty easily on things if for some reason I wanted to sell something I had. So it's not like I need to worry about pricing. Um, and I'm not really trying to sell that kind of stuff anyways, you know. But I know some people do the spreadsheet thing. You might find more success in these comments right here finding that information. This is Zig2K from the Beantown Whatnot. How was that, Gerard? You think it was all right? It was okay, right? I wish more people were in there in that particular Whatnot, just because um, when you guys are like chatting, it just pumps me up. JDF says, let's hear about the Commems. You know I got the Commem set, right? The type set? I got it. I wish Salty. I've been watching metal detecting videos, so I'm gunning more eventually. Do you believe all those metal detecting videos, Rob? Do you think some of them are kind of like they've salted the earth with some fake stuff just to kind of get you interested? I think so. I think some of the coin roll hunting channels have also done that, in my humble opinion. As somebody who did some coin roll hunting and just kept on getting duds after duds after duds, I think that these boxes are, you know, they're salted a little bit. We just did an auction to help IDAS Herring in St. Jude's. You did. Nice. That feels good, right? Congratulations. What does the Spegtacular and Mushrooms have in common? They're both a fun guy. That's right. Hey, I'm a fun guy. Yes, just got Silver George, 6 diamond by bank box. We're up $2 in the stack. Nice. Spring Hill, Alabama. What? Let's see. Yeah, I meant if you had Shipwreck Gold. Yes, sir. And you've seen my Shipwreck Silver, some of it, right? Here, I'll take this off real quick. I have showed this off before. This little thing that I made over here. That is some of my Shipwreck pieces. Hopefully you can see. So there's a piece on the right over there that has, I think, 3 8 reals stuck into the coral / rock right there. There's some more 8 reals in the dirt right there, which is actually sand from Venice Beach or Casperson Beach over here in Florida. And an actual real megalodon tooth. It's a massive one. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff, I think, if I do say so myself. I think we're gonna have me go and help with the baby, I think, at this point, right? I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna say this was great. I appreciate you guys. I'll try to do more of these lives as I can. I'll have a little bit more time as I'm on leave, you know. And yeah. All right, one last question from Destroyer. What do you think of gold bars? My biggest problem is that a lot of places won't take my gold bars, even though they are 3 nines fine and ran through a scanner. I would say that those places right there are just not places that you can do business with your gold bars. I would try to go somewhere else. Is a lot of online places, and I'm just going to throw out the biggest name out there, AppMex, for instance. You know, they're gonna definitely go back from spot, but they have no problem buying from you. A really good shop will have the ability to buy anything that you have when it comes to gold, whether it's in a bar form, whether it's in a coin form. But I have heard that, right? I have heard that. Now, if you are to the point where you're like, you know what? I only want to deal with this particular coin shop and they don't take bars, well, I guess then you're going to have to go to their rules, right? You're going to have to just, stand by and get eagles or buffaloes or something like that. I mean, I guess whatever you want to do, but there's always online. I have personally sold to AppMex. It was a pleasant experience. I actually have a video coming out in a few days where I teased AppMex with a an offer for me to sell some of my precious metals to them just to see what they would buy them at. And I was extremely disappointed with the price. A few years ago, the price was much better. And that there's a wax and wane that happens there with the markets too. And I totally understand it. And I think you probably all do too. That depending on how things are going in the market, they might pay more or less for silver and gold. And at this particular time, they were really back on their prices. I was very shocked. In fact, I'll spoil a little bit. I told them I had a 100-ounce bar, and they were trying to buy it for $4 back per ounce on the 100-ounce bar. So $4 back per ounce, $4 ish, like $4 and some change. It was quite a lot, I thought. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Anyways, your gold comes from PCs. Really? You have that many PCs? Goodness gracious. Holy smokes. Well, you know, whew, you're gonna have to go to some place that has like an XRF or something like that. Because if you're melting it yourself, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd be a little leery about getting some bar that just was a big chunk with some stamps on it too, you know. But again, I don't have an XRF machine. I only have the Sigma, and that's only, you know, a part. That's only a little tool. You'd want to have somebody that could really, you know, assay it or whatever. Some places I've gone to, they'll actually, like, if you have something like weird like that, they'll be like, hey, listen, I'm going to have it sent off to get fire assayed. They're going to melt it, destroy it. And then whatever they tell me as far as percentage wise, I'll come back and I'll be like, yep, this is what it was. And then they'll pay you after that. So some places will, you know, say like, I'll buy it, but we're going to pay it afterwards. So that's the only real way to fully get to the bottom of what's going on in the metal. So just so you know, Rick A, XRF is only surface. That's right. I love my Sigma Pro machine. Well, listen, apparently the Sigma investor is the big deal now. So, bada bang. Anyways, Star says we're still going. Yes, you're right. Let's cut this off. I appreciate everybody for watching. I got to go again. I'd like to see more comments on my other videos, you know, once in a while. Future videos, past, present, whatever the case may be. I'd like to see some of these names that I've been seeing kill this chat over there once in a while. All right? I got to go. Appreciate you for watching. Spegtacular is out. Don't forget, it's the Speg standard from now on. Not the gold standard, the Speg standard. How long can I do this for? Who's going to leave the last comment? That's the question. Who can leave the last comment in the live chat?